Hey, good evening. I gave you a whole week off of grammar and spelling last week, or grammar and flip videos and diagramming last week. So I know that you truly missed your flip video on Monday night, so you get one tonight. We're going to continue with diagramming. You already know how to do the subject and the predicate. So today we're going to add on direct objects and adjectives. And as long as you remember that a direct object follows an action verb, you're going to be fine. All right, so once again, let's look at how all this grammar stuff got started. Remember, I didn't create it. I promise I'm not that old. I just enforce it. And he's saying, oh, for crying out loud, you never end a sentence with a whatever. So, ancient grammar, please. Thought that was funny. Hope you guys do too. All right, so you're going to be making a 2-flap foldable. Hold your paper landscape so that when you fold it, you'll be able to actually put it into your composition book, your LSG. And make 2 flaps. The top flap you're going to label direct objects. The bottom flap you're going to label adjectives. And this is diagramming number 2. Pause and make that. All right, so we're working with the top flap first, the direct objects. And on the front of the top flap, while it's still closed, I want you to write 3 bullet points. Number 1, a direct object follows an action verb. You know this. We've said it all year long. Okay, so new information, it goes to the right of the verb on the baseline. Well, that makes sense because that's where it goes in the sentence as well. Now, the only thing that's different between the verb and the direct object is the dividing line does not cross the baseline. It doesn't. I don't know why. That's what someone said, so that's what we do. Get these written down on the front of your flap. Then open your flap, because you're going to put this. You don't have to write this, just subject plus action verb plus verb, what equals your direct object. What you're going to write is this on the left side of your flap. Just the example. You pick your baseline. You have your subject. The line between the subject and the verb goes all the way through. Then you have your verb. Then notice that the line before the verb, it's a straight line. This one's a tiny bit crooked, so ignore that. And you've got your direct object. Okay, so that's how you're signaling it's a direct object. And it does have to be a straight line because when we start talking about predicate nominatives, or predicate subject complements, predicate nouns and predicate adjectives, the line is different. All right, here are some examples. I want you to pick 2 to put into your, on the right side of your flap, or the right side of your notes. You could do Ashley ate spaghetti. What did Ashley eat? She ate spaghetti. There you've got the line that doesn't cross. Mom made dinner. What did Mom make? She made dinner. Notice these are all action verbs. Charmin chased squirrels, and she really did last night. I almost lost her. What did Charmin chase? Squirrels. Last but not least, Griffin eats peanut butter, and notice there should be an and in here, jelly. So you can do a compound direct object the same exact way you do a compound subject or a compound predicate. Choose 2 of these to put in your flap. And then when you're done, shut the flap and we're already ready to move on to adjectives. Yeah, we're doing adjectives next. Adverbs is next week. Oh, but before that, here's an example of modern day grammar problems. Yes, a winky face is correct. But in ancient times, like when I was your age, the semicolon was actually used to separate archaic written devices known as complete sentences. Okay, remember that? We did that when we do compound sentences. All right. Bottom flap, adjectives. On the front of your bottom flap, write these 3 bullet points. 1, they modify a noun. 2, they are written under the word they modify. And 3, they are written on a diagonal line. Those are the 3 things you need to know about adjectives. It's quite easy. Open your flap, and this is an example of what it looks like. You draw your baseline, you have your subject, you have your verb. Obviously this is an action verb because the direct object follows it. And if there's an adjective, you write it on a line. And the line always is angled the same way. Don't angle it that way. Angle it that way. I don't know why. Once again, someone told me that and I just follow it. So this is what it looks like with sentences. And you can put these examples down on the right side of your flap. Rachel held my sweet kitty. Rachel held, and kitty, we've got our subject, our predicate, our direct object. What did she hold? She held the kitty. And then my and sweet both modify kitty, so they're drawn on the diagonal lines. Then you can also do it with a question. Did you eat the chocolate cake? Well, you already know that you would put the you first because it's the subject. Notice the did eat is your verb phrase, and the did is capitalized because it comes first in the sentence. And what did you eat? Well, cake. Great, cake goes here. And the and chocolate both modify cake. We're considering the articles to be adjectives just because that's what we've talked about it all year long. So these 2 examples should go on the right side of your flap. All right, and this is the right of your front of your foldable, should look like now. And I like this one, comforting a grammar not say, I always softly say, there, there, there. And by the way, some of you are still getting those mixed up when you're writing. Stop it. And this is what the inside of your flap. Now, I think I changed the names on these. So if you have different names on these, Larry and Edison were students last year. Rachel, well, I didn't change her name, but she was a student last year too. So if you've got the names changed, it's fine. And that's what I got. All right, so now what I would love you to do, is I want you to use these notes to try to do these sentences on a separate sheet of paper, just 4 of them. Fold your paper in 4, give it a shot, correct them. I might pick this up for a grade tomorrow. I might not. You never know. Probably will. Hint, hint, hint. And Alex H, put the holes on the right side. And here are your answers. So even if you didn't get it, notice that you can have a compound. See, look at that. You can have a compound adjective, just like you can have a compound anything else. And I actually remember the and in there. Aren't you all proud of me? All right. Have a great night. I will see you in school tomorrow, where we will be reading Chapter 2 of The Outsiders. Bye.